Today I'm going to take the questions on the channel. Anyone coming live can ask their questions as well. First question is regarding, I'll summarize, it's quite a long question. So it's a child who was at the age of 16, came to the UK 3 years ago, and you passed the English test, life in the UK test. You are about, now you are 18, 19. So you're asking, can you get settlement after 3 years? No, you cannot get settlement after 3 years. You have to complete your 5 years on the family route permission. So that is my answer. Next question, how to get a bail 201 letter? So bail 201 letter is the letter which tells you the conditions of your bail. You can study, work, whatever that is. If it has already been issued, you can make a subject access request with Home Office and request for a copy of it. So that is the only option. You'll have to make a subject access request with Home Office and get your bail 201 letter. Next question, I have a situation that I have got married. Skilled worker visa is on the British provided dependent details if possible joining as dependent if possible. So I received by 10th of January, we got married on 23rd January. The question is skilled worker visa, main applicant already applied. After that, you got married to that person. Obviously, your details will not be on his application as a dependent, and now you want to apply as a dependent. You can apply. It's not necessary that the dependent's details should be on the main applicant's visa. Obviously, it was not possible because you both were not married at the time. So I don't think it is a problem. If possible, please process. For the process, speak to an immigration lawyer. I can only tell you whether it is possible or not. So you can apply because you got married after the skilled worker was issued. Make sure you meet all the other requirements. And I'm not sure whether you're on the care worker visa. So I'm talking of standard skilled worker visa here. The rules, ILR rules are the same. Dependents workers, visa holders like yours, who will be all dependent in the third year of ILR. Then they stay continuously till fifth year of ILR. In this case, dependents also qualify for ILR. They have to be 5 years in the UK. Yeah, for the sole representative visa, the dependents who have joined them, currently that area, that route has been closed. There is no sole rep visa. It has been replaced by expansion worker visa. So if only in that visa, there were only some 3 or 4 categories of visas: ancestry visa, sole rep visa. So the question is about if the dependent joined later on. So summarily, sole representative has to complete 5 years in the UK to get ILR. In your case, in the third year, the dependent or dependent join. Can they get ILR with you? Yes, they can. Only that sole rep visa, ancestry visa are exceptions. Even if dependents have not completed 5 years, they should be able to get ILR along with you. Those are the only 2-3 exceptional areas. So ILR rules, okay. Do we get the refund of the IHS visa for dependent visa is switched to a skilled worker visa? Okay, if you switch from a dependent visa, PBS dependent visa, to a skilled worker visa, yes, you will get the refund of the IHS fees of the previous dependent visa proportionately, whatever visa is not used. Next question. I have a working as a career, fiance is on a study visa, I cannot afford the fees, so he's not completing course. Possible for fiance is responsible dependent on work visa. Okay, the question is, I'll summarize the question. Someone who is in the UK on a study visa cannot afford to pay the fees, wants to switch and become a dependent of a skilled worker visa holder. So that is Katerina 209's question. You're asking about your friend. That student who cannot complete his course of study will have to go outside the UK and do an entry clearance application. He will not be able to switch inside the UK. So he cannot switch to the spouse visa. The answer is no to that. Yeah, the dependent visa, make an entry clearance from outside the UK. Work visa, yes, no, he also cannot switch to the work visa. So whether he wants to become a dependent of his wife or partner, or he wants to get a skilled worker visa, he has to go outside the UK and apply for it. because he is not completing his course of study. Next question. Is there any care visa sponsor can work? Is there agency and the agency are not paying tax by themselves, employee to pay tax? Okay, yeah, this new question. Is there any care visa holder? So I'll summarize the question. I understand it. So the 20 hours extra work that a care visa holder or any skilled worker can do. Your question is the the employer where you are working, the agency, are not paying the tax by themselves. Employers need to pay the tax. I don't think that would be acceptable because from the skilled worker, that's my interpretation of the rules and what I've seen from past tier to general and skilled worker, all the rules that I've studied, used as experience. You cannot be self-employed. If you pay your own taxes on that 20 hours of extra work, I know the agency is not paying. You should ideally ask the agency to generate a payroll, pay the taxes, and give you the net amount. You will not be able to pay your own taxes because in order to pay your taxes, you have to register as self-employed. That will be very tricky. Yeah, so that is not possible. Next question. I have been getting rejection to apply back when okay. No more details. I cannot answer. No, you have been getting rejection. I don't know what are the reasons for your rejection. If you provide details in comments, I may be able to answer. Okay, live question. Okay, ABC work, IELTS versus study. For work visa, yes, IELTS is IELTS UKVI is necessary. Any UKVI English test, but IELTS is necessary B1 level, all four components. Then I am UK and want to apply for switch to my visa from student dependent to care worker visa. Can do priority to get a decision. Priority. Are you asking for priority skilled worker visa? Yes, you can do the priority that is available. But to priority to get a course, that is the most challenging one for care workers now. You may not get it. So yes, priority skilled worker visa, care worker visa application is fine, but the for your sponsor to get a course, if they don't have it, it may be tricky. And you want to switch your visa from student dependent. Yeah, from dependent to care worker visa, you can do it provided you get a course. If your employer already has a cost allocation, yes, they can assign it to you and you can apply for the care worker visa or skilled worker visa, whatever you call it, with priority service, 5 day service. 5 day, yes, you can. Skilled worker, it will be through the app, you will not get a priority. Yes, you can do it through the 5 day priority service. Yeah. Music for under 7 year private life route for newborn child. What happens if parents have overstayed for 12 months? 7 year private life route for newborn child. So newborn child who has completed 7 years. Newborn child. 12 months. I'm assuming that you're talking of the 7-year-old child who is born in the UK. Please clarify the question because you're saying 7 year private life route for a newborn child. I'm not sure a newborn child gets 7 year private life. If I clarify the question, please. Is the child born just recently or has he lived in the UK for 7 years? Wasim Gulzar, I am in Pakistan. My wife is in the UK. Our 18 threshold will complete in May, so I guess that is no chance. Can we apply for 10 years route? No, I don't think you can apply for the 10 years route, Wasim. For under 7 year private life for newborn child, whatever. You don't have a 7 year private life route for a newborn child. So there is, I don't think what you're trying to explain me. He is newborn in the UK. Is he a British citizen? I don't think so because both of the parents, I don't think you all have any status in the UK. A child born in the UK, there is no such leave category just for the child if the child is born in the UK. So is the family visa salary 29,000. Next question is the family visa financial requirement increasing to 29,000. When is the deadline? When is it starting? Let me see my checklist here. Financial requirement 29,000 from 18,600. It's going to increase to 29,000 from 11th of April 2024 this year. Tiwari, how can I switch my sponsor skilled visa? Not able to find sponsor. Sorry, you need to find a sponsor. I cannot help with this. If you want to switch, in my DCOS application for shopkeeper, I mentioned I'm sorry 26,500, weekly hours 38. However, the HO rejected application stating that these two are wrong. Is this right? Yeah. To get, so you're asking a question about DCOS details, 26,500 salary and 38 hours for some shopkeeper job code. Speak to an immigration lawyer, get a proper advice, please. Yeah, because a lot of details need to be considered. What is the job description, work hours, etc., etc. Okay, youth mobility visa. Question mark. Please ask your question. Question mark doesn't help me. Next question. Thank you for your channel and dedication to. I am a US citizen. I need to complete my biometric appointment, and my fingerprints are difficult to capture. Yeah, poor image quality contrast. Is there a workaround to this? What are the requirements for UK visa? Yeah, so I think this is a problem sometimes if you are unable to provide. When you go to the VFS or the TLS office for the appointment, they should give you the alternative options about the biometrics if it is difficult to be captured for whatever reasons. For the alternatives, you have to go to the visa application center and they will decide and they will suggest you whatever the alternate options are. Right now, I'm dependent visa in the UK as on my wife's skilled worker visa. If I get job and want to switch to skilled worker visa after what is the threshold? So you are on a dependent visa in the UK, which is PBS dependent on my wife's skilled worker. So wife has skilled worker visa. You are on the dependent. You get a job. Want to switch to skilled worker visa after April 24. April 24. Okay. Salary threshold. So the salary for skilled worker visas will be changing to 38,700 minimum from 4th of April. If you change after that, if you switch from PBS dependent to a skilled worker after that date, which is 4th of April 2024, then you will have to be paid minimum 38,700 or the going rate, whichever is higher. Okay, can I ask you a question? Not from visa application. Update new passport to the home office. Are you an EU national or a non-European national? Why do you want to update your new passport? First, that is my question. Radha, you don't have to update your passport unless you make a new application. There is no obligation unless you have an UKVI account, digital status, then you can go and upload a new copy of your passport on that. Other than that, I don't think you need to update your passport. Can you use rental income to meet the salary requirements? Also, will they need tax information on that rental income? That rental income will be included with the salaried income. Salaried income. Yes, so for the financial requirement, you can combine rental income with salaried income. That should not be an issue. Only self-employed and salaried cannot be combined. One part of the question, rental income, yes, you can meet it, use it to meet the financial requirement for the spouse visa or the family route visa. Yes, they may ask for, they will need to prove that you have paid the taxes on your rental income as well. There is a specific list of documents. If you go to our website for the rental income, yes, there should be one. Or speak to an immigration lawyer and get the list of documents that you need for the rental income. Okay, Wasim, what if I apply in the first week of April in a standard route from Pakistan? Because the first week of April, when is the financial 11th April? Okay, considering my 6 month of salary that should be complete in May, would Home Office consider? No, Home Office would not consider because as per the specified evidence for the as per Appendix FMSE, Appendix Family Members Specified Evidence, your 6 months of payslip should be completed. Your 6 months should be completed on or before the date of application. So it will not help your case. They will not ask for the updated bank statement and all of that. You have to provide it's your the obligation was on you. Okay, next question. HO guidance says the minimum salary and weekly hours should be 26,500, 37.5. Even so they rejected my deposit. So mentioned Your salary you enter on the past must be genuine reflection of what you intend to pay to the worker. Yeah, so it is about D-cost rejection. You should speak to an immigration lawyer. These are complicated matters. Everything has to be considered properly. Cannot advise on this live session. I can only give 30 seconds to 1 minute per question on an average. Okay, is it mandatory live question to have a solicitor or can we apply on our appendix private life 7 years? 7 year UK born or non-UK born child. If we are good with documents, anything. 7 year private life. So I'm assuming you are meaning the child is born in the UK, not born in the UK, there is no category. So I'm not going to discuss that if it is not in the immigration rules. 7 year child who is born in the UK, yes, you can file your own application if you have all the documents and all of that. Make sure you follow the immigration rules and provide them whatever they ask for. You should be able to maybe read the immigration rules and provide them whatever they ask for. You don't need a solicitor if you feel that you are strong enough with providing all the documentation. So next, travel with less than 6 months expired passport is okay. Got visa stamp already in passport. Yes, for the UK there is no rule that you should have at least 6 months validity of the passport. If your passport is expiring within 6 months, that is fine. Only on the date of entry it should be valid to the UK. So next question. Kate, thank you. So, question number, I think, how do you VFS Global uses have the authority to issue an Annex 3 biometric biographer identification exception? Usually about the exceptions, I'm not sure how much authority they have, but they should be able to direct you to whatever is the next steps of the process. Go to VFS, they should have some alternative arrangements. They will get back to you. Yeah, I cannot discuss all these details of these forms, etc. But yeah, speak to them and they should give you some solution on it. That is for sure. There will be a solution. It is not possible that if you cannot give biometrics, you cannot make an UK visa application. That is not possible. So go to VFS and tell them whatever the problem is, and they should take it from there and guide you on it. Teslim below, I'm on graduate visa ATM, TM at the moment. Okay, what impact in terms of financial requirements would you put my sponsor being on maternity leave on this application? Sponsor being on this application. Yeah, so visa. So you're on graduate visa and sponsor financial requirement. So you're trying to move into a spouse visa. I think that's what you're trying to ask. So financial requirements summarily maternity leave. You have to provide the whole period of the maternity period, payslips, bank statements, and a letter from employer confirming that the person is on maternity. That's whatever applications I have done till now for financial requirement of 18,600 as of now. And before the maternity began, minimum 6 months of payslips showing that the person was meeting the threshold of whatever it was, 18,600, or if there were any children. So all the period of the maternity, you will have to give the financial evidence, and 6 months before that. Wasim, you for okay, thank you, Wasim. Slim, we plan to get married in Q4. Sponsors maternity leave starts in July. Okay, before both on 25K. My issue is the maternity leave as they would definitely be earning less at the time. Yeah, they will ignore the amount that you earn in the maternity period. I understand what you mean. They will go back. So, for example, if you go on maternity in February now and you file the application in May, and so you are 3 months on maternity, they will ignore the period of the maternity. They will count from February backwards when your normal pay was issued. So 6 months backwards from February, from the normal pay, not the maternity pay. But you have to give evidence of the maternity pay also. But for the calculation purposes, they will take the previous pay, which is the full pay. International passport has expired. Yes, you can make an application even if your passport has expired. You may have to give some other type of an evidence. You have BRP card which is valid. Maybe it will only be an issue when you go to the appointment center. If that is a part of the application, yeah, it will be. So if you have any other ID document, college document, employer's ID or anything, driver's license, something, so you may have to use that. But yes, you can definitely I have made many applications with an expired passport inside the UK. That is fine. Okay, next question. Can I stay on the UK tourist visa? Okay, thank you, Kate. Okay, how can I stay in the UK on tourist visa? Stay in the UK on a 2 year standard visitor visa. Question is, on a 2 year standard visitor visa, how long can you stay in the UK? Only 6 months at a time. When you enter the UK, maximum 6 months you can stay, even if the visa is valid for 2 years or even a 10-year visitor visa. Only 6 months you can stay at a time. Warning for you. Okay. After term time, can you explain it is full time? Means I can work 50 hours or 60 hours or no time limit. Yes. So for students, term time limitation is 20 hours or 10 hours depending on your course of study. So out of term time, I don't think there is any restriction. So you're asking 50 hours, 60 hours or no limit. Yes, I think you can do that. So if you are out of term, you are not studying. If you are not studying, then it is your employment rights come into play. Yeah, so whether you're working with different employers and all of that, that's your decision. There is no limit. Yeah. So next question, traveling ILR rules are saying for dependents of sole representative visa holders, if a sole rep visa holder brings his or his dependent in his third year of ILR. Yes, traveling suitcase, I have answered your question. You have put this and in the live. I've already discussed this question properly. Just watch this video once it is stored. It was in my list here. Yeah, so the answer is summarily yes. Whatever you are thinking is yes. All dependents and you can apply for ILR together, even if they joined you on the third year. If you are on the sole rep visa, even on the date of application of your ILR, that is possible. I've done that in the past. So, yeah, my son will get ILR when he will 7 years old. Question is, can his little brother get ILR too as his dependent? We parents are on 10-year road. Parents on 10-year road, little brother. I don't think it really depends on the facts of the case, how little the brother is. If he's just 2, 3 years old, he may have to complete his own 7 years or so. So I don't think it may be possible because 7 years, let me think. Yeah, I think the other child has to continue under the family route and all till the time he completes 5 years. So I don't think there is any exception to just provide just because one child has got ILR, the other does not get any right. Yeah, to the best of my interpretation of the rules. Okay, thank you, Prashant. I request it to be good for you to make unemployment period and max on IR application. Having come across recently, also it's best to apply what happens if with more than unemployment when curtailment is not issued. Application or not, is it considered as an overstay even the visa from old employment is still valid, not curtail appreciate. Okay, so the question is about the 60 days cancellation period notice given to skilled workers as soon as their visa is curtailed. I have made another video also on that, but yeah, just the question that you are asking is if you don't get, so what happens when more than 60 days unemployment, yeah, so you are unemployed for more than 60 days, curtailment letter is not issued, so cancellation letter, they have changed the name now. So it is common, home office doesn't get to it. Some people get it in 2 3 months, but some don't get it for a year also. Cancellation of the visa email letter from the home office, cancellation of a skilled worker visa, it doesn't impact ILR as per the current rules. That is your question. Is it considered as, so if you do switch to another skilled worker visa before you get the cancellation, or if you get the cancellation and within the cancellation period of 60 days grace period you switch, that extra period that you have stayed, it doesn't impact ILR, that is fine. Is it considered as an overstay? No, it is not considered as an overstay. And the visa from old employment is still valid. Yeah, from the old employment your BRP is still valid or the permission is valid and it is not curtailed, then you are legal in the UK. It's not an overstay. So that is my summary answer. Okay, several questions coming. Okay, in case my elder one has British passport. So, Yeah, that son will have to qualify on his own. Basically, that's what I answered, Nadia. Yeah, the elder one has a British passport, and maybe second one is getting a 7 year, and the third one you can apply for discretionary British citizenship. There is some discretion in British citizenship. If both all your other children, let's say you have three children, two of them are already British, the third is still a minor, citizenship department may exercise discretion. But just to get the ILR, there is no rules for the third child, for the child who is not completed 7 years to get ILR. So, Munawar Pasha, my wife is a student visa and I am on a dependent visa. Can student dependent usage vice versa? So she becomes a dependent and you become a student. Yeah, she can become a dependent if he completes the course of study. You becoming a student is fine, you can, but provided your course of study allows a dependent. That's very, very important. You should do that PhD occupation, PhD course or whatever. Look at the definitions where you have a thesis and all. Your course should be eligible to sponsor a dependent. Only then your wife can become your dependent. Whenever, yeah, if your course allows a dependent, that's fine. Your wife can become dependent. You can become a main student. My child is born in the UK, will complete living in 7 years in the UK on next year. Okay, what happens if parents have overstayed for 1 year when plus 5 LR, overstayed for 1 year plus 5 LR? It doesn't affect his application because the 7 year child application is in his own right. So if you're asking that, it doesn't affect his application. But since the parents have overstayed, parents may have to switch on to the family route as his dependent once he gets ILR. So maybe parallel applications and all of that have a proper legal representation and solicitors who are doing timing the applications properly. So your oversight does not affect the child's application of 7 year ILR. Wife and kids join me in fourth year because my wife is sick and so don't want to come to UK. Then after 1 year, we all can apply for ILR and you told me. No, that's what I'm confused. So, traveling suitcase, are you the one who has sole representative visa? Please confirm that. I think that is the one. So, if you are the sole rep one, then yeah, it's my different wife and kids join me in fourth year. So, they came in fourth year. What visa do you have? Please clarify. Do you have the sole rep visa? Munawar Pasha, what are the rules for the dependent rules for existing dependents, those who are already in the UK? Yeah, existing dependents, there is no discounting. I think you are the one who asked whether you want to switch. Yeah, existing dependents. So existing dependents can become students. There is nothing stopping you from becoming a student. But if you want to sponsor your wife, who is the main on some other student visa or something, then your course should qualify for a dependent. It should be the PhD course or something. Look at the rules that were changed on 17th of July 2023, where students cannot sponsor dependents. So you may not be able to sponsor your wife if you're just doing a bachelor's, master's, or something like that. So after ILR, does dependents also have to stay 5 years in the UK? Yes, for traveling suitcase, if you are the sole rep one, yes, if your wife is joining only for 1 year, wife and kids, then they will qualify for ILR along with you at the end of your 5 years. All of you applying together get ILR. You may qualify, yeah, for them to qualify for citizenship, they have to complete living in the UK 5 years. That is correct. Timothy, I made a settlement scheme application. It's been 1 year and 4 months now, and I'm yet to hear from the Home Office. Anything I can do to speed the process? Yeah, maybe call the EU Settlement Scheme Resolution Center. Google for it. Check with them what is happening. Definitely, they may have sent you some emails or something. I don't think 1 year, 4 months is too long a time. If you file this application from inside the UK, yeah, speak to that EU Settlement Resolution Center. Google for it. You'll get the number and call them and speak to them. Give them your case reference. They should be able to tell you what is the status of it. 1 year, 4 months is quite a long time. Not normal for inside UK USS applications. Follow up on appendix private life by 7 year child, non UK born, applying for leave to remain 60 months. Private life. 7 years stay non-UK born. Yeah, that application is on at discretion because there is no provision in the rules. 7 years. So you are saying my child has lived in the UK for 7 years and you want private life. Yeah, not very sure. There is no provision in law. It will be a discretionary application. That's the only thing I can say. Speak to an immigration lawyer, give them all the facts of the case, where the family is, why the child wants settlement or live in the UK, what is the age of the child, how long he or she has spent in the UK, etc., etc. Many factors. Yes, so traveling suitcase. Yes, I have answered all your questions. You can apply for ILR, all of you together, even if they are just 1 year in the UK, your dependents, and everyone has to complete 5 years in the UK for citizenship. Yeah, you got sole rep visa recently, but not traveled to the UK. Yeah, the rules for the sole rep have not changed. So if by the time they change it, I can only advise you as per the rules as of today. So that's the only thing I can say. Thank you, Nadia. Jameson, how can I report a scammer that scam almost 100 people to help get jobs? There is a UK, I forgot about it. There is some UK immigration fraud, some helpline is there. Let me check. Is this helpline? Report immigration fraud, yes. Report. Google search. Okay, so Jamison, yeah. So for the scammer who is selling jobs, skilled workers, whatever that is, Google search for report immigration crime UK, report an immigration crime, and it gives you all the phone numbers and emails and everything. That is how you do it. Yeah, that's the only way you can report that crime, or maybe speak to the police if you want to directly report and you have some evidence. So immigration crime can be reported that way, that I'm aware of. Juj and Varghese, can I know when the rules change for skilled worker visa application? I can submit dependent visa application before the end of March. So skilled worker visa application, yeah, that's okay. Take it. You want to take some? So skilled worker visa application salary rules 38,700 is changing on 4th of April. And if you're talking of bringing the dependent of a care worker visa, it is changing on 11th of March within a month. I'm 9th of February, 11th of March, it is changing. Take her out. Just 1 minute. Sorry, some disturbance from my kids. Daddy. Yes. But mommy got new shoes from a friend, and then she's. I will join the line live again. Sorry about this. I will join again in 5 minutes.